Web Administrator Gomez,
Present.
Chairperson Thoka Dubiapu,
Present.
Chairperson Juan,
Present.
Chairperson Giorgio,
Present.
Chairperson Abdul Sami, Chairperson Nair,
Present.
Campus Safety Commissioner Patel,
Here.
Representative Khatri,
Present.
Representative Kanan,
Present.
Representative Cannon, Representative Cannon, Representative Madhur Kalam,
Present.
Representative Cabales,
Present.
Representative Juma, Representative Fonseca, Representative Fabio Migbe, Representative Rothenbaum,
Present.
Representative Basta,
Present.
Representative Chevre,
Present.
Representative Whitehair, Representative Ferozden, Representative Shaheen,
Present.
Representative Koleva,
Present.
Representative Bilhanduz,
Present.
Representative Salem,
Present.
Representative Diallo,
Present.
Representative Brown,
Present.
Representative Shafi, Representative Sawas,
Present.
Representative Labaka, Representative Fatima, Representative Kwan,
Present.
Representative Perdjuk,
Present.
Representative Patel. Okay. Thank you. The next order of business is reading and approval of the minutes. I don't believe the minutes were sent out this week, so just keep a lookout for that in the next meeting. We'll move on to the next order of business, which is reading and approval of the agenda. Are there any corrections to the agenda? Okay, if not, then we'll move on to the next order of business, which is public comment. Is there any public comment? Next, we'll move on to the next order of business, which is new business. And first, we have Bill 2025 S9 1021. Can a chief sponsor please read this for us?
Yeah, so this is a SAM panel with the WRLNC, and then chief sponsors are myself and Director Pranav, and then co-sponsors are President Assad. So whereas Sexual Assault Awareness Month, SAM, is hosted in the month of April to spread more awareness regarding sexual assault as well as bystander defense. And whereas sexual assault is a subject that needs to be discussed, especially in the college setting, so students that may be victims know about tools available to them, as students that may be bystanders know how to identify signs to possibly prevent it. And whereas the Women Leadership Resource Center has tools for victims of sexual assault as well as training for bystanders at the University of Illinois, Chicago, then let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government will collaborate with the Women Leadership Resource Center to host a panel discussion in honor of SAM. Let it be further resolved that this panel will be hosted on UIC Zoom with speakers from the Women Leadership Resource Center to help educate on the topic of sexual assault as well as train students on how to intervene as a bystander and provide students with tools if they're experiencing sexual assault or have experienced sexual assault.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments regarding this bill?
Just a quick fix in the name of the bill. It says WRLC. I believe it's WLRC, Women's Leadership Resource Center.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's all good.
No, I'll fix that.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. If not, then we will be voting on this bill next week. And we will move on to the next order of business, which is ex officio reports. May we please have the report of the advisor?
All right, hello everyone. This has been a very productive meeting. Just so that everyone is aware, last week I finalized the venue for the USG Gala. If you were there last year, it's essentially the same menu. So I'll read it out loud. For salads, we have a Caesar salad, which contains romaine lettuce, parmesan cheese, herb croutons, traditional Caesar dressing. We also have a Greek salad, cucumber, grape tomatoes, red onions, arugula, feta cheese, and za'atar dressing. We got compliments this time. Roasted summer vegetables, which include cauliflower, zucchini, yellow squash, red pepper, and herb emulsion. For our mains, we have 3 mains. Oven roasted salmon with roasted bok choy and miso citrus soy sauce. And then baked orecchiette pasta with mushrooms, zucchini, red onion, pomodoro sauce, and basil. And birria style chicken, which is included with fire roasted peppers, caramelized onions. And for desserts, we get signature dessert station and a baked peach berry crisp. In regards to what that menu is. I'll be sending this out to all the membership, just so you all are aware in terms of what is vegetarian, what is gluten-free, and other things as well. If you are a vegan, please let me know so that we can make accommodations so that we can get you food properly fed. Second part, just as a major announcement, USG elections are next week, so for those who are running, good luck. And then the other one is another major announcement. Asa's going to make this announcement, yes, tomorrow, but I'll make it today. Next Monday, Chancellor Miranda will be present at this meeting. So she will stop by and give a little presentation. So I just wanted you all to be aware. Please be in business attire. Also present is Annette Wright, who is the interim Dean of Students, as well as Raul Fernandez, who is the Assistant Dean of Students, aka my boss. So, yeah, Chancellor Miranda will stop by next.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the advisor? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the report of the student trustee. Can we please have a report?
Yeah, happy week 11, everybody. It's insane to think that we are here already. I hope you all had a fantastic spring break and you're ready to begin preparing for finals. Again, it's crazy to think that we're already here, but we've done some great work. And I think the fact that there's only one resolution in this packet shows that. You know, a lot of you guys got a really good beat on things early in the first semester, and particularly this last, second semester, the last 10 weeks. You've been very active. And I know we have a ton of events this week. Tomorrow, tailgate, the State of the Student on Thursday, and I know there's a ton of other ones that I'm missing, but I just want to say you guys are all doing fantastic work. Keep it up. Let's finish strong. So as far as my report, I wanted to share a couple of cool things that came out of the Board of Trustees meetings, 2 in particular. Firstly, this is just something interesting. Keeping up with the waves of the world. UIC Business has established a master's in the science of analytics and artificial intelligence. I think that's pretty cool because, UIC, we're keeping up with the trends and trying to keep our students at the forefront of, this knowledge transfer that's coming. Another really cool thing is, who knows Henry Hall? Does anyone here know what Henry Hall is? Okay, what about Jefferson Hall? I didn't know it either, but they're the 2 buildings that are right over by University Hall. They're pretty outdated. I think they're used for arts, maybe architecture as well. But they've been planning to renovate these buildings, but we just approved the project budget and the design. We amended the professional services consultant and construction company. So really cool renovations are planned for those 2 buildings. It's going to be beautiful. Right now, that's one of the biggest eyesores on campus. There's a big brick wall separating Harrison Street and the buildings, and then there's like trash cans and stuff. It's going to be very welcoming, very nice. And I think from what they said, it sounds like it might be ready by fall 2027. So you're still at UIC by then. Or if not, it's going to be nice. But like I said, a lot of things are going on, very busy times. And keep up the great work, everybody. Let's finish strong.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the student trustee? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the next order of business, which is officer reports. Can we please have the report of the president?
Yeah. 1 second. Where is my computer? So sorry. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sorry guys, I have an old computer. Okay. Also say happy week 12. Hope you all had a wonderful spring break. So his weekly recap is he met with Chief Booker and his team. with alongside Campus Safety Commissioner Gia and Director Pranav to discuss Campus Safety Town Hall and other safety-related advocacy. He met with Director Nathan and Representative Jason with Professor Donald Ling to first building on a research foundation bootcamp. Invited USG campus partners and student leaders to the State of the Student being held this Thursday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in Student Center East Terrace. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So this annual tradition serves as an opportunity to reflect on the work USG has accomplished throughout the academic year, highlight our collaborations with campus partners and student leaders, and discuss the future of student advocacy at UIC. As I mentioned, this is a tradition for us. It will show all your work, our work, to the administration and the student leaders. So it's really important if you are going to register, if you are going to participate. So he was invited to attend the last MSA Iftar. He attended the UICPD 2024 Awards to celebrate the work our campus police do and how hard they work to keep us safe. Over 65,000 calls for support, 2010. Sorry, my bad. 2,100. I'm so sorry. Reports generated, but only 3 complaints in the entire year. And he also celebrated the announcement of the Prepare of Illinois Future powered by Kaplan's All Access License Program. Thank you. If you have a question, please email him right now. He is part of. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will move on to the report of the Vice President.
Yeah.
Is that the report?
Yeah. So, hi everyone. Happy USG Spirit Month. This month is really important for all of us. This is a very packed month of events and showcase the USG and boost student engagement. So we are really excited. Every week we have multiple big events. So currently I'm working on that with our directors and initiative leaders. I met with LAC Director Trish and SAC President Luke to discuss tailgate and UIC athletics. I sent the volunteering sheet, so please sign up. It will be great and highly recommended. I met with DIC Director Abdul and Director Pranav to discuss the cultural fair. The details are very ready right now. If you have a question or anything or maybe idea related with that, please let us know. But we all already reach out to some organizations. The shows are getting ready and everything, so it's very excited. I will meet with all directors and initiative leaders continue of the month. Also working on the promotion of student engagement for the month. I'll do the reach out for some student organization for the month and the gala. And currently I'm working on some career service events, alumni engagement and student organization registration since it is the month. The registrations are opening tomorrow until end of the month. I will talk more about that upcoming weeks, but if you have questions, please let me know. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the Vice President? Okay, then we will move on to the report of the Treasurer. Can we please have your report?
Yep. So this week's catering is going to be flour and corn tortillas, shredded chicken taco filling, vegan black beans, assorted toppings for the tacos, vegetarian tofu, fresh fruit salad, and garden side salad, along with assorted cookies. Some updates, just continuing planning our events, submitting the RFFs for those, making sure everything's ready for the end of the year and that the budget is in line. Finalize our planning for the food truck day tomorrow. I hope everyone can attend. It's going to be from 3 to 5. We're going to have 300 servings for free, so we hope you guys can come and then also partake in the game as well. I had a meeting to plan the cultural fair catering with Pranav and Abdul. Otherwise, I ordered a lot of our GVM catering, including for our meeting next week. That's it.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the Treasurer's report? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the report of the Speaker. Montessori didn't have a report this week. She just wanted to say that she hopes you all had a great spring break. And next we have the report of the Chief of Staff.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a great break. Not too much from my end. This week's check-ins you can read below. Over break, we got the room finalized for the mental health town hall. Remember that the town halls are mandatory, so you already have the time set. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. on April 16th. So if you have a conflict, you need to let Montessori know as soon as possible, or else it will not be excused and it counts as an absence, like a GBM absence. Director Nathan and I reached out to members of the Illinois General Assembly through our ERC contact, thanks to Trish, that are UIC alum and that are working on mental health related legislation. And we also reached out to a new policy person in the National Alliance on Mental Illness to possibly be panelists. So we're waiting to hear back from them. Something else that isn't in my report is, like Treasurer Clinic mentioned, tomorrow is the tailgate from 3 to 5 p.m. by Ellie Les Miller Field. Trish, is that what it's?
Yeah, it's the baseball field.
Okay, the baseball field. Please send out to everybody you know that they should come, because there's free food. It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be, I think the weather's supposed to be okay, sunny and a little cold, but regardless, there's free food. So if you can send out the graphic that our graphic designer Stephanie made for us, that would be great. And please make sure you can come if you're able. Thanks, and if you have any questions, you can reach out.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the report of the DAC director.
I'll be reading this for today. He wishes everybody a good GBM and hope you guys have a good spring break. He's currently coordinating and planning the logistics for the upcoming Cultural Fest. He met with Director Pranav and Treasurer Michael to finalize the budget allocations for the event. And he had a productive meeting with Vice President DeLay to further discuss key details for the Cultural Fest. And he also met with Advisor Carlos to review updates and gather feedback regarding the ongoing initiatives. And if you guys have any questions, you can just email him.
Thank you. Next, we have the report of the LAC director.
Happy GBM 9. Last week and the week prior, I worked on a BS with economics, Director Nathan. I met with VP Hay Bailey and SAC President Luke just to discuss tailgate. And then I met with our DOS advisor, Carlos, for a check-in. Kind of what everybody else has said thus far. Please try to come tomorrow if you can. You don't have to come for the whole time. But if you can come for the baseball game or come for the tailgate part, it would be great. To Michael's point, there is free food, and hopefully we'll have some games too. There's sand volleyball pits back there by the baseball field as well. There's like turf fields. If you've never been back there, it's like basically like a recreation facility. So if you want to bring games or do anything else, like there's so much space. Just if you guys are interested in that at all. I know potentially we'll also have somebody from Celsius who will have free Celsius. And then also maybe Busy Burger will be there potentially. But yeah, just come out and support your fellow students and student athletes overall. And then we're also still working on a letter writing campaign. So if you guys have any questions about tailgate or anything else, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the Legislative Affairs Director? Okay, we'll move on to the report of the Director of Public Affairs.
Happy post-spring break, I guess. I hope you guys all had a great break. Me and Stephanie worked on a bunch of different posts for upcoming events. If you guys have events upcoming and you have not submitted the graphic request form, please do so. But I think I have most of them. We're planning the bowling alley event, which should be April 23rd, 4:30 to 7:30. We worked on the March newsletter. We did get access to the old USG LinkedIn, so we'll hopefully be updating that one instead in the future. And then the pamphlets that we ordered came in. And then for those of you that weren't here last meeting, the quarter zips and the beanies came in, and we gave those out to the people that were there. And then the shirts have arrived since then. So next meeting, and blankets. So next meeting we'll bring like the stuff that has arrived and then the past stuff. so you guys can get that soon. Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the PAC director? If not, we'll move on to the report of the student success director.
All right, thank you. Excuse me. Happy GBM 9. In regards to the USG Faculty OER Leadership Award Program, that campus announcement went out the Friday before break. So that nomination form, also in your email, also linked there, but it can be submitted by any faculty and our students for courses that were taught between fall 2023 to now, that professors that have utilized OER resources. So the deadline to submit nominations is April 9th. I encourage any of you that have had faculty, or encourage your peers that may have had faculty who utilize free open educational resources, such as a free textbook, resources that were provided to you at no cost, or something of similar such, that you submit a nomination for that professor to honor them in that capacity. In regards to that, the subcommittee will meet after April 9th in one meeting where they will evaluate each candidate and 3 winners will be determined. And those will be announced by mid-April. Probably I'll announce it at the GBM, and they'll be recognized at our gala as well. In regards to the Career Leadership Council Student Advisory Board, the next and final meeting will be next Friday, April 11th. In regards to meetings and such, this Friday I'm meeting with Jolene Crahan, who's the Director of Network Engineering and Infrastructure. So obviously there has been a number of Wi-Fi issues on campus. So it's time to kind of address it, but in regards to that ongoing campus connectivity issues, that's just a discussion that I'll be having this Friday with her and her team. So if any of you guys particularly have issues on campus, and I'll read out my list that I have so far. I've got the library, 2nd floor facing campus, SEE inner circle, the 3rd floor, residence halls, ARC and JST, SELE, BSB near the research labs on the 2nd floor site side that faces the library, and then SES 2nd and 3rd floors. So if there's any other areas on campus where you do have specific Wi-Fi issues, please just text it to me on GroupMe or email it to me or tell me, and I will take note of it, just so that I can let them know. So after the GBM, just come up and let me know. And then they're going to particularly look at those access points and see if we can resolve any issues there. Like Chief of Staff Perger was saying earlier, the Mental Health Town Hall is going to be on April 16th in the SEE Cardinal Room, room 329 at 1 p.m. We're working on getting panelists. Just reached out to 2 folks from the Illinois General Assembly to see if they can come to the Mental Health Town Hall. In regards to the VS and Economics Initiative, Director Giorgio and I are working on a Google form of questions to explore this possible implementation. Now, currently we have a Bachelor's of Art in Economics program, but seeing implementation of a Bachelor's of Science in Economics, and it's more of a STEM base. And the difference between really an arts degree and a science degree is that there's just about 8 more credits of science classes and electives, and then there's you have to take about 2 levels of calculus. So that's really the main difference between an art and a science degree. So that would be the difference, and then particularly for a BS in Econ, you would have to take a couple more econometrics classes, which are difficult courses overall. So we just want to evaluate that interest to see if that's even really a feasibility. In regards to previous meetings, President Assad, myself, and Representative Whitehair met with Dr. Donald Wink, who's a professor in chemistry. He's also involved in the UIC Senate quite a bit. But we were discussing the STEM Initiative Collab program, but then also Representative Whitehair's idea with a research fundamentals boot camp, and then seeing how we can branch it out. And the outcome of that discussion was preliminary, just looking at different tracks. And when I say different tracks, looking at different types of preparation content that different majors and different fields can go on, and seeing how we can implement a large-scale program to prepare students for the future, but also prepare you early years for students entering UIC, but then also as you're continuing on to prepare you for professional development opportunities down the line in your post-undergraduate career. In regards to meetings, I met with USG advisor Carlos today. And then in regards to future meetings, this Wednesday I have a meeting with Representative Whitehair with Elizabeth Herrera, Director of Career Development in LES. And we're going to be discussing the Career Acceleration Workshop Initiative. Julian Crahan this Friday with Wi-Fi. Again, come up to me if you have any issues with Wi-Fi on campus. And then I'll also be meeting with Chief of Staff Gregory, not this Friday, but next Friday. But if you have any questions, please let me know. One more thing, Study Palooza, just because it got finalized this morning, is going to officially be on May 1st, 1 to 3 p.m. It will be in my report for next week. I will also include a sign-up sheet and volunteer sheet next week in my report, but please keep the day open in case you are free. It's usually a very quick event. I know finals are right after, but if you are free, definitely let me know. And then Treasure Clinic and myself are going to finalize which particular food menu we go with. That's something we still need to discuss. But again, if you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the Student Success Director? We'll move on to the report of the Director of Campus Life.
Hi everyone, I hope you all had a good spring break. Over the last 2 weeks, I worked on the cultural festival that just included sending invitations to different student organizations, and then me and Abdul also finalized the date and location for the event, and it will be taking place on Tuesday, April 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m. At the same place where Flames Festival is, near that lawn near University Hall. We also planned the catering order with Michael, and then we're currently looking into potential games to buy for the event. So if you guys have any ideas, we want them to kind of be culturally oriented towards any culture that you're involved with. So if you have any ideas, please email either me or Abdullah about that. And then also, if you have any cultural student organizations that you're involved with and you'd like to see them at the event, feel free to send me an email and I can email them myself too. And then I also continue planning the campus safety town hall with Commissioner Patel, and then discuss how the sports social event was going with Representative Kaleva. And then shout out to Representative Kaleva, Shafi, and Gannon also for their fantastic work filming the promotional videos for the event. They look really good and very well made, so good job. And then meeting-wise, I met with the Office of Preparedness and Response alongside Representative Shabad. We basically just discussed the different transportation options we have around UIC, such as the night ride and the intra-campus shuttle. And one of the ideas that they really liked was adding notifications to alert riders when the night ride is about to leave so that they don't get stuck in the queue again. And that's something that they're looking to implement soon, so that's good news. And then I also met with the UIC PD leadership alongside Commissioner Patel and President Saad, where we discussed different topics from the campus safety town hall to UIC self-defense classes, misinformation around the immigration policy, which just in case you guys didn't know, they basically said that a lot of people have been coming up to them with concerns regarding the new immigration policy that was enacted. But basically they themselves, they don't help the local law enforcement at all, or not for federal law enforcement at all, but they can't stop them from being on campus if they have the proper documentation, but they also don't assist them with anything. So any information that they have access to is kept confidential. And then I also have my bi-weekly check-in with Chief of Staff Gregory next week. And I met with Vice President Abel and Dr. Sami to discuss the Cultural Festival, and with Dr. Sami and Treasurer Koenig to go over the catering order for the Cultural Festival. And then I also love the weekly CLC. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the Campus Life Director? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the report of Campus Safety Commissioner Patel.
Yeah, so some updates. The UIC Safe Tabling event is going to be hosted on April 2nd from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. in front of the bookstore. So if you're available, please come and help hand out flyers and inform people about UIC Safe. And as well, I had a meeting with Chief Booker with Director Nair and President Assad in regards to campus safety, and we discussed the campus safety town hall, and we'll get Officer Ham to attend to increase student engagement. Additionally, Chief Booker confirmed that the women's self-defense classes will be making a return. They're currently working on it, so hopefully it's back by next year. So then updates on committee activities. If you're interested to help out at the UIC Safe Tabling event, please come. We worked on the SAM panel event with the WLRC, and it will be a Zoom paneling event with speakers from the WLRC. And this will most likely be next week sometime. We're working with their speakers to see if they can come in either on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's either going to be one of those dates, and then I'll send out a time once they give me a time. But if you have any questions or want get involved in anything, please email me.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding the report of the commissioner? Yeah.
Is there a reason why they stopped this fitness class?
I think they said, when we had a meeting, they said that because of COVID, they shut things down for a little bit. But since they're so popular and a lot of people are interested, they're already working on restarting them.
Any other questions? Okay. Then the next order of business is announcements. Are there any announcements? The next order of business is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? There's been a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? Okay, the ayes have it. This meeting is now adjourned.
Start ordering catering for 20.